What's up everyone, Chris M. Walker from Legiit here, and today I want to talk about on-page SEO optimization tools. There are some great tools out there. There's Superstar SEO, which I've reviewed on this channel before. There's Page Optimizer Pro, there's Cora, and I have met and am friends with the owners of all of those. But I want to show you one that I have put together for you that I think comes at it from a different angle and will be super helpful to everyone that is just looking to get some quick information and to get their page optimized and so on. So I'm going to show you how you can use that for free and just to optimize your page and get back to work, which is kind of my goal with this particular piece of software and how it can really help you and how it kind of came to exist too. So what I'm going to do is jump over into my computer, demo it for you real quick. So what I'm going to do now is jump over into my computer and demo it for you real quick and show you how you can use it for free. Okay, so the software that we're talking about today is audit.io. Now this is a software I actually put together, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember exactly, when I was doing training in my course that's now closed for new registrants, Superstar SEO Academy. And I was realizing, I was showing people how to do on-page optimization for the main factors that really matter. And I was doing it manually, and I realized what a pain in the butt it was. So I decided to do what any good entrepreneur would do and come up with a solution for it. And that's how audit.io came to exist. Now, audit it's not something I have, it's not something I've promoted heavily, but it's something that a lot of people have used. We've got probably over 1,000 users at this point, largely from an AppSumo deal that we did. And I think it's a really effective tool. Now I know you're going to ask, how is this different than Surfer? How is this different than Page Optimizer Pro? How is this different than this? And how is it different from that? What I wanted was there are two main things, and I'm going to demo it for you here in a second, but there are two main things that I wanted. The first one is I wanted a software that gave you just the raw data and no interpretation of it. And what I mean by that is there's certain things that are conventional wisdom in SEO, that you're supposed to have X number of H1s and X number, keyword density and this and that. And what I wanted was a software that would go out and just pull in the raw data from the top 20 results on what was working and didn't put any of my opinion into it, any, SEO influence into it, anything like that. I wanted just the facts, because I think that we let our biases control what we do too much. And this will allow you to see what is working. Now, and the other things I wanted it to do was to do it quickly, meaning that it didn't cover so many variables that it got confusing. It just gave you the bare bones information, the top 10 factors that I know from my experience tend to work for ranking, and just give it to you, tell you what to do to fix them, and go fix them. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It doesn't have a content editor. It doesn't have any AI or any of that sort of thing. And it's just meant to make things simple and get them done quickly for you. So what I'm going to do now is jump over into the tool and demonstrate it for you and show you how you can use it yourself and how you can use Legiit to get it for even cheaper. So let's go ahead and log in. All right, so let me find a blog post of mine that we can use as a demonstration. Okay, so we are going to look at this particular blog post, Best Fiverr SEO Gigs, and I'm having a little fun with this one, so take a look at that page if you want. But that page is currently ranking, I don't know, 7 or something. Let's see, 1, 2, I guess we'll count that as 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, number 8, or number 9, number 10, no, 8 or 10, depending on how you count these nested results. So, all right, let's take a look at that and go from there. So what you're going to do is grab your URL, stick that in here, and you actually don't have to put in a URL here if you just want to get the results, but we do in this particular case. And we're going to do Best Fiverr SEO Gigs, Best Fiverr SEO Gigs, and we're going to search. And this will take, depending on the results, it can take 2 or 3 minutes. But what it's doing right now is going out and pulling in results from the top 20 results for that search term in Google, and it's going to bring in a bunch of factors that we can use, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to pause while it does that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and you can see what it's done is pulled in the top 20 results for that particular term. And you can see it shows me at number 8, so it doesn't count those nested results. Now, there's one important thing that you want to do here, and that is go in and remove any results that are just ranking because of like domain authority and aren't really optimized. Usually that's stuff like, if you're doing this for local, it would be things like the Yelp or whatever. So let's take a look. There probably aren't a lot for a term like this, but I'm just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to remove Cora because Cora is not really ranking because of its SEO. It's just ranking because it's Cora. And this Fiverr, Cyber Narnia, Vault 50, Barack Obama. I'm being funny. At least I think I am. Make use of 5-minute SEO. Website Builder Insider. That's probably legitimate. SEO Chatter. I know who that is. LinkedIn. That's a real article, so we'll leave that. Blogger's Passion. Google Chrome. I think I'm going to remove that one because that's ranking because of the site that it is. Looks like it's some sort of browser extension. And what I'm doing here is trying to get the real data based on ones that are doing well because of their SEO and not because of just who they are, if that makes a lot of sense. So that gives us that. Now that you can see the individual ones for that, and you can see that it gives us the total word count. The keyword appears, and I might even consider removing Fiverr itself, at least these top two, because it's ranking because it's Fiverr. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those out as well because that's going to throw the data off. So let's remove that. And you can choose not to do that. This is just the way I'm going about it. You are going to, it's like any other tool, you do have to still use your brain. But you can see the ones that we have now are truly representative of who's doing SEO. And that's what we really want to do. So it's going to give us the total word count, the number of times the keyword appears, the keyword density, the keyword in the URL, keyword in meta title, meta description, H1, how many images are present, and for some reason this is cut off, but how many images have an alt, there it is. How many the images have an alt tag with the keyword and the image file name. So, and you can see it gives us an overall audit score of F, which is obviously not good because F means fail. So now we can look at our own URL, and it's going to give us the information for it. Now, in this particular case, we already ranked for it, so we already have that data, but if we didn't, it would be right here as well. And it's going to give us that, and then we come over to the averages. This is the average of the top 20, the average total words, times the keyword appears, keyword density, yada, yada, yada. So you get the gist. And now we're going to come over to recommendations. Now, this is where you have to use your brain a little bit more. So, for example, it says the average top result contains 3,083 words, and yours contains 3,204 words. That's close enough. Now, it says you should decrease the word count, but you don't want to kill yourself trying to get this exactly right. You want to apply a little common sense, and that's close enough to where it's fine. The average top result contains their keyword at least 4 times in their content, and mine contains it 1. I really feel like that's wrong because over here, it says that it appears 6 times. So that one's a glitch that I'm going to have to get looked at. And that does happen from time to time. It doesn't happen often. Of course, it would happen in the time that I'm demonstrating it. But we can look ourselves and see. It shows up 6 times, which is what it shows here in our URL. So I don't know why the recommendation is off, but we'll look into that. And then the keyword density, that's probably pretty close, 0.13 to 0.19. Keyword is in the URL, so that's good. Keyword is in the meta title, which I happen to know it is, so that's good. Keyword is in the meta description. You are right in line with, so that's good. Number of H1 tags with the keyword. The average top search result contains 0 and yours contains 1. Now, this is one of those times where, again, you're going to have to use your brain. What you can do is consider 2 things. You can say if you want to try to match what's already there, you could... If you want to try to match what's already there, you can go ahead and remove it from your H1, or you can assume that you can beat them by adding it where they haven't and leave it in your H1. I suggest testing it both ways and seeing what works. This one's another one where it's close enough. It says 34 images, or excuse me, it says the average result contains 31 and I have 34. That must be accounting every little like pixel and all these different things. So that's probably close enough. Alt tags with keyword present. The average top is one image with an alt tag, and mine contains 5, so we should remove some of those. So that's probably a good idea. So we'll go in and remove some of those. And images with the keyword in the file name, so that's even. So it looks like what we need to do is reduce it 2 times, because we know for a fact that we have it 6 times, and the average result has it 4 times. And I think that actually does make sense to reduce. 6 feels like overkill. And we'll look at these alt tags as well. So let's go edit our post. Where is it? Let's do it this way. All right, so the best. See, yeah, right. I mean, we have it 4, 1, 2. That's way too much. So what we can do is just change up the semantics of it. And now we want to look at the alt text in these images and remove it from there a few times. That one's not there. That's Matt. That's Craig. There. Interesting. The alt text isn't even set unless... All right, so for example, this one doesn't need to say that. So let's say update that one. It's ironic. See, that one doesn't need to say that. We're just going through and removing any of the alt tags that, or not any, but we want to just leave it with one that says best SEO, best Fiverr SEO gigs. I guess we can leave that one because it's not, it doesn't say what it says. All right, so we want to leave it on one of them. So what we can do is come over here and put it in the alt tag of this. And set featured image and update the posts. Now, I like to clear the cache afterwards. I don't know that you have to do that, but in my experience, it does make the crawl go a little bit better. The recrawl. So let's go ahead and retest. Hopefully that clears up the keyword on the page too. I was supposed to remove 2 of those, so I'll have to go back. Or no, I did that, didn't I? Yeah. So I'm going to pause while it does that, and we'll see if if we get any improvement out of that, when we should. Remove these. Remove that one. See, that brought us up to a C. So that's actually a pretty good improvement for just a handful of changes. So now our URL, keyword appears 4 times. Density is 12. Exact match, exact match. All right, so recommendations. Still says we should change that. The average top can at least 4 times in their. I think it's probably not catching that alt tag, so I think we're good there. Keyword density is within a fraction of a percentage. Match, match, match. It says we should reduce our H1s. I don't agree with that, so I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to mess with the number of images, and we're good here and here. So in my opinion, we are good now because I believe we have it 4 times. Let's do this. Let's look at the code. One, two, three. Yeah, and it's, for whatever reason, it's like not counting the alt tag. So we should be good. If you want, you can squeeze it in there one more time. And we'll go ahead and do that actually, just so you can kind of see the difference. And this is up to you whether you want to get that specific or not. Unfortunately, clearing the cache will make your site load a little bit slower, but for a little while, but it's not that big a deal. Clear cache. All right, so let's do it. Retest it one more time. We had 7850 and an audit score of C. So we'll pause one more time while it does that, and then we will be back to wrap it up. All right, and let's remove the results we don't want one more time, because we want to get the dopamine from getting a good score. And where's that Cora we want to get rid of? 7050. I think that's an improvement. Oh yeah, that's the one we want to get rid of too. Chrome. The rest of those should be there. 7245 and recommendations. That's strange. Yeah, so I liked it better with that one. So let's go back. You know, and you're going to have to play with this a little bit and optimize it just the way you want it. But I think this was overkill, so I'm going to change that back to top. Update. WP Rocket, clear cache. Retest one more time. And eventually I want to get to where it saves your search like what you did here, but for now you just remove the ones that you don't want there one more time. And where's that other one? 7895, that's the best one we've gotten yet. So, all right, so we got that right, we got that right, we got that right, we got that right, we got that close enough, we got that right. We disagree with this one. We got that one close enough. This one we actually know is right, so we're good there. It doesn't seem to pick up the featured image. And yeah, so I think we're good to go. So now another thing you can do to speed this up is go ahead and submit this post to Google Search Console to be crawled. You don't have to do that, but it'll speed it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so what I did is I came up here and I did an inspect on that particular URL. I like to do test live URL. just to make sure there's no issues, although I don't suspect that there are. And again, this step is completely optional. It's just to help Google recognize those changes a little quicker, and so you can see the results in search a little bit quicker. Then once that's done, what you do is you go and you click request indexing, and that's just going to tell Google to go look at the page and notice the changes. So that's all there is to it. I know this video took a little while, but that was because I was walking you through it. But basically, it's pretty straightforward, right? You put in your URL, you put in your keyword, and you make the changes to the handful of fields that we know make the most difference. And that's it. And then you wait. And then you just wait for Google to crawl it, or you can submit it to Search Console, and you'll watch your rankings go up. Now, this, like I said, this is a tool I put together, and I have it on Legiit for you. If you want, you can come over here and just grab a free account, and you'll get, like, I think 6 searches a month, so you can test it out. Or if you want to pay monthly, you can pay $5, $12, or $17. Or if you want to get unlimited lifetime, you can do that too. And all you have to do is come over to the Legiit platform and use the URL that I'll leave in the comment and first comment and in the description, and we'll hook you up with a lifetime account to get unlimited lifetime access to use it as much as you want forever. Like I say, this doesn't have all the features that a Surfer SEO or anything like that has. It is here to give you the bare minimum of what you actually need, so you can look at the raw data, implement it, and then get back to work. So it's not here to give you hundreds of variables. It's here to give you the 10 or so factors that make the biggest difference. And that's really what I want for you, is to make things as simple as possible, as cheap as possible, and as effective as possible for you. So if you have any questions about that, ask in the comments, but I hope you'll check it out. Again, you can either get it at audit.io for a monthly plan if you want to do that, or you want to try it for free, you can do that here as well. Or you can come over to Legiit and get a lifetime license, unlimited lifetime license for $47. And yeah, that's what I got for you today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Peace.